Well, good morning, everyone. How's it going? Well, it's going pretty cold here in Texas. We're experiencing some chilly weather, a lot different than Arizona. So, yeah, so I'm out here. The breeze is blowing, and it feels like I'm being blown with ice cubes. It's pretty damn chilly. But that's not going to stop us from bringing a video to you because we love you. Here's a few things that are coming up on Cobra Vids. We're doing our Halloween video. I know, it's kind of late, but, you know, better late than never, right, guys? We're revisiting past pumpkin videos where we've shot at some pumpkins and see how frozen pumpkins worked. And if I remember, I'll post a link at the end of this video for that video. It actually was a pretty fun video. We brought the 50 BMG out and everything, but so that's coming up a little late, and then I want to do a Christmas shoot video too as well. But anyway, let's get to what today's video is going to be about. Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to Cobra Vids. Well, on this episode, we have action. We had wait. On today's episode, we have an action-packed story for you. Well, not really. Today, we're going to take a look at my knife here. This knife here, I carried on duty for like 10 years. And one day, I was with my firearms instructor, which is a retired sheriff up there in way northern California. And we were talking about knives, and I pull out this knife that I carried as a last defense weapon, carried it under my uniform shirt, and I could slide my hand in and grab it. We couldn't carry backup firearms, so I carried this. But anyway, this here is actually, the model number is AK-47. I showed this knife to my firearms instructor, and I said, hey, what do you think of this? And I handed it to him, and he pushed that button right there, and the blade flips open by itself, and he says, well, Dan, I think it's a felony. And I'm like, what? A felony? I've been carrying this for 10 years. And he said, Dan, put that away and don't take it out. And that's exactly what I did. I actually gave it to my father, which lived in Nevada, which these knives were perfectly legal there. And so anyway, later on when I moved to Arizona, I got it back because these knives were legal in Arizona. So I got it back from him, and I started carrying it everywhere I go. This is my new pocket knife. So anyway, just recently I pulled it out and I pushed the button and nothing popped out. Somehow, I don't know if the spring broke or slipped out of its little hole or what, but I want to open it up and see what happened and see if I can fix it, because I love this knife. I've had it going on 15, 16 years now. So I want to see if I can bring it back to life, because I really need something that opens up, because I'll be holding on to something and I want something to open up by itself without any problems so I can use it. So that's what I'm here to do. And I've had this apart one time because I dropped it in some sand and it got very gritty. So I pulled it apart, cleaned it up, and I put it back together. But the tool I used to pull these little screws out, I can't find what I used. So instead of wasting time looking for something, I was able to break all these loose, and it'll take me a little longer to get them out, but I'll be able to get all the screws out, and then we can pull the cover off. I'll be right back. As you can see, we got all the screws out, and now let's pull this apart and see what exactly happened. Ooh, that is dirty, gritty, rusty, whatever in the hell that is. I tell you, I use this knife all the time. I keep it razor sharp. All right, let's see what happened to the spring now. Here's the coil spring, right? Oh, wow. It did. It broke. Here it is, folks. The spring broke right here. Right there. See that? See that? It broke right there. Okay, so what that tells me is this knife is NFG. It is no good, which is a shame. I mean, I will put it back together and use it as a regular folding knife because there's nothing wrong with it at that point. Because it still locks closed and you can open it up and use it. I still use it every day today. I just enjoy having the spring loaded so that I don't have to have two hands to open up my knife. I've never been that kind of guy. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna get a close-up of this label here. And it is made in China, made in Taiwan. That's the metal. But for as much as I've used this knife for, it has held up beautifully. I have zero complaints about the knife other than the damn spring broke. The coil spring broke there. So, what am I going to do, guys? I'm going to put this back together and use it as a standard knife. What a shame. All right, there we go. It's back together. It is no longer an auto knife, but it does lock in, and when opened, it does lock. So I'll continue using it until I buy a new one. But let's see what's coming up on next on the in English. I meant let's see what's coming up next. Well, guys, we decided to come down here to the bayou to do some fishing, and with our liver and garlic and Kool-Aid mix, we caught one. Well, Kyler did. So he's going to release this one. It's not big enough for us to eat yet. A little bit bigger, probably twice that size. We'd keep it. But anyway, bye, buddy. Send her home. And don't fall in yourself. So we're going to continue on. We're going to continue watching and see what we can catch out at our spot here. Don't worry. In springtime, we'll be going out to different areas and the larger lakes in the area here, and I'm sure we'll be catching larger fish and having a better time. But anyway, this is great for winter. You know, you can't really expect to catch much during winter, and we're actually doing quite well. We caught a few the other night, so and Kyler caught a turtle. Let's keep fishing.